And we are live with Game 3 of the first semifinal featuring VWS facing off against Dcypher Esports here. Dcypher, it's do or die for them now. They've got to bring it all in here or they lose the semifinals. Now, 4th or 3rd place, not too bad here, but you want that first place money, and you want that shot at an SPL slot right now.
Yeah. At this point, I believe is there money prizing for 3rd place?
I am not certain on that one. I do believe, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to make any concrete statement.
Yeah, I'll have to go look that up. But essentially, you'll want to get at least top 2 for the big stuff. And also, more importantly, you do get the guaranteed spot in relegations next year. I didn't say regionals this time. So, looking into that, we'll see what Dcypher pull out, if they have anything. Although it looks like they're going to be going fairly standard. We see Xing, we see Athena being picked. They banned out the Hell and the Aphrodite again. They just either don't like the healers or they have some knowledge that I don't. Or that VWS are proficient with them. Although Scylla, hello, that's new.
Dcypher, we've seen a lot of their old ones in the past. I mean, back in the group stages, Angry Pikachus. Well, back when they were Angry Pikachus, they had some incredible Hell gameplay. Same thing goes for Aphrodite. They seem to favor these heavy healing compositions here. Hell in general as well is such a solid god for healing, and she becomes a time bomb a lot like the Zhang Kui here. But the real fun thing was the Kukulkan lock-in from VWS.
Yeah, what is it with the new mages in this game? Right, so we see Scylla, that's the first time, and we see Kukulkan. Although we do see the hi-rez was banned out, so VWS want no shenanigans with that. JacobHL once again banned out by Dcypher. They did that last game in the picks and bans. Although, Kukulkan, that's an interesting choice, because he has incredible wave clear, his ultimate is heavily telegraphed, although, you always see the comedic, do I step left or do I step right? Either way, I'm probably going to get killed. It's one of those things.
Kukulkan is a mid laner all about zone control. I mean, you've got the tornadoes, that locks off like a passage for you. And VWS as a team seem to really heavily favor this. It's like, all right, we block where they can go, we hurdle the enemy team into these tight corridors here, and they just follow up with a Xing ultimate, into a Kukulkan ultimate, into a Fields of Love. They're all about herding cattle here and then taking them down for free stake.
Yeah.
And that's what Kukulkan is fairly good at.
Yeah. They have enough CC to do that. I want to see how VWS draft against it. VWS, they do have Sol, so the Disapparate is going to allow at least Sol to get out of there. Khepri, Wukong is going to be showing up, both of those again the first time today. That is certainly one way to deal with getting herded. One of the most defensive Guardians in the game with Rez, and then one of the most evasive warriors in the game, but also one of the most annoying to deal with. So every single person on Dcypher has either extremely good mobility, extremely good escape, or any kind of general invulnerability. Some people have all 3 in the case of Khepri. So he's going to be able to... Come.
And to follow up on that, they've got 2 incredible threats here in BigManTingz and Scylla and Darzer. Darzer playing Scylla, of course. They're going to be banking on this late game carry from them, but they've got a Wukong for this early carry. Same thing goes for a Thor. Sol will have a fairly strong early game as well, so they're going to have the tools they need to get into those later stages of the game. I gotta say, Dcypher Esports have a fairly terrifying teamfight comp here. VWS, they're no slouches either, albeit a slightly weirder one.
Yeah, we do see Mercury, he's going to show up. Now, we have seen success with Mercury, in these late stages of the match. We saw yesterday Grishank put Mercury to extremely good use. So I want to see how VWS actually deploy that. I imagine it's going to be Mercury jungle. I doubt he's going to be any kind of silly shenanigans with Mercury solo, Xing jungle. But
I mean, it's been traded on the FleuryQ, so it's set in stone right now. Well, it looks like Ducky will playing that solo lane Xing here, so JacobHL playing a support Athena.
Yeah. Dcypher, they have a lot of mobility, so they're going to be very evasive throughout the game. I want to see how VWS respond to that in terms of target prioritization with their CC. Because Dcypher will have beats, most likely. They'll probably get burned by like a Rogue Taunt or a Hook Slam, whatever. Who do they go for there? Because do they go for the Khepri and force him to ult himself? Do they try and burst down one of the squishy targets before Khepri can react? Because there's an ever so slight delay right now with the Beetle's Blessing. The Scarab's Blessing, I should say. That you can kill someone while it's applied. I'm not sure if it's a bug or a design choice, but there is an ever so slight window you can exploit. So we'll have to see how VWS prioritize.
Well, we'll find out soon enough here as we wait for that Spectator client to finish counting down. We are on a slight delay, so do stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Smite Games Challenger Cup for EU, brought to you by hi-rez Studios and Tier Monster. We'll be right back for the third and possibly final game of the semifinal. And we're live with the action and down to the final straw and the final countdown here for Dcypher Esports. They either win it all here and push on through for 3 games, or, well, they're down and out and their SPL free relegation slot dream dies here, as this match is one of the more important ones here. It decides who gets that 1 or 2 slot. If Dcypher can take it, they push on and have another chance here. But if VWS take this here, they're guaranteed a top 2 finish for Challengers Cup and a slot in the relegations.
Yeah, so going into this, Dcypher going with a couple new picks. They bring out Khepri, they bring out Wukong, and they bring out the Scylla. If they've been boot camping with this, we'll have to see how effective the evasiveness is. You know, the evasiveness will definitely help in terms of these last couple of fights. You know, VWS have traditionally had very tanky comps today, and a good way to get around the CC traditionally associated with those kind of gods is just get out of the way. So we'll have to see what they do. Although Dcypher might be looking for an invade. I don't think that they know that. Yeah, it looks like they've actually just spied that.
Yeah, they're just waiting for it. They're waiting for the blue buff here. And here they go. They have no idea what's up inside of VWS. They learn a little bit too late, though. Tiger Sun coming out. FleuryQ in so much trouble. Pikachu gonna spin to win right there as Pikachu secures the first blood over VWS here. Now Ducky getting aggressed on by Wlfy and friends, but the blue buff has been pushed away here. Ducky going to take a double tap and some pain as well. And Dcypher, they're in this one to win it seems.
Yeah, JustLofes pop the Tiger Stun, that does a lot of damage in of itself. Then Thor pops the red pot, then has the additional 40 power off of the passive as well, Berserker's Barrage. Just completely wipes Mercury off the map. Mercury, one of the most, top 5 squishy gods at level 1.
Yeah, and the level 1 fight from Dcypher is just so massive right now that they're able to bully their way through here. VWS not going to be obstructed by this one. They're still going to try to find movements around the map here, but we're seeing some heavy jungle focus from Dcypher on that solo lane side of the map here. Now Pikachu going to start moving his way forward a bit. Darzer able to stay alive for now, getting that solo XP. Hasn't lost too much of the tower just yet, and shouldn't at this point either, but now FleuryQ and Wlfy able to freely rotate around for XP camps.
Yeah. So, looks like, mids and jungles, going back, doing their various camps. The speed camp is still up for Dcypher because they went for the invade, so that's going to be an extra bit of money in the pocket of Pikachu and Darzer. That's going to allow Darzer to get closer and closer to that early level 5. The quicker he gets to level 5, the quicker he can potentially start applying the pain, because he needs to get a Scylla, you need to get to level 9 as fast as you can, because you cannot physically kill a wave on your own until level 9. And of course, Scylla, her kit is, the higher level she is, the more stuff she can do, and the more damage she can do. So, any kind of early advantage in the jungle or whatever, huge boon for them.
Yeah, those level 5 ability breakpoints are massive, massive power spikes for Scylla. Especially the first one, like you said, as long as the points are spent, as we assume they will. Hold a point, and then just put it after you put a point in your ultimate there to get that early rank 5 ability. She's such a massive threat once you get those abilities start flowing. Even though Scylla is a late-game god, once she starts firing off the abilities like that, she's going to clear out waves and sustain herself to that point here. At the same time, Darzer also has the mobility to get away from all kinds of engagements with the Sentinel, so they're going to be hard-pressed here, but, well, Dcypher not going to be hard-pressed to find much at all, and Ladon is up. Somebody's got to sniff something here, and VWS, they're actually falling back quite a bit here. Ducky is in some trouble here, though, but Pikachu not quite going to find anything with the Ampladon.
Yeah, unfortunately, nothing can really be made of that. Yeah. Now, ideally, VWS get a ward up around those 2 hits as soon as they can, because, Thor really forces out those wards, because, he can gank from there anytime, as long as he's got ult, so you really need those wards ASAP. Hopefully they can deploy those, although FleuryQ is debating going for a Sonic Boom, but he thought against it. Over in the duo lane, though, BigManTingz tried to go for the adopt, didn't find it. this game there's been more attempts at engages, but less successful ones early on.
Aside from the first blood, both teams are evasive enough that now they've got some extra abilities in their pocket, a little bit of extra tanking to keep themselves alive. It's going to be a hard time to actually find any way to find any major engagements here. I mean, Wlfy and Darzer will just play the wave clear game with each other here, with Pikachu assisting. It's going to be a little while until we see any actual fights break out here. I think we might not even see any mid-camp skirmishes. I'd see the teams opt to split them instead, as both teams seem to have this farm fight later idea style. Here's Dcypher just want to press an advantage without really killing anybody here, but they might find kills here.
Mercury.
As Dcypher, the fight breaks out. Pikachu in so much trouble. A kick later, down he goes. Pikachu is the one to fall to FleuryQ as JacobHL joins the party. Darzer goes into the monster to prevent the taunt from keeping him locked down here, but VWS find the kill. They've got to find something to back it up, or else it won't really be worth it just yet here, as Dcypher still hold a 1k gold lead.
Yeah, they burned multiple ultimates to get that kill. I mean, yeah, it's a kill. They're on the board now officially, yay. But at the same time, they actually, without Pikachu being there quickly, they will get that mid-camp though.
I'm going to channel my inner Shadow Boy and say, cooldowns are meant to be used here. A kill is worth a kill, especially when you're behind. You've got to put yourself on the board, and the momentum helps you. The Wlfy fight once again breaks out here. Wlfy going to get a pretty solid thing going. He's waiting for something to come in and steal. Health bar getting low. Goes for the cudgel, but falls a bit short there. Ducky will finally claim his blue buff.
Yeah, Wlfy, he had that advantage from the early gank and first blood, so he could afford to be a little bit more cheeky like that. And because Jacob can rotate around the map so quickly because Athena, that unfortunately wasn't successful. If that was a one-on-one situation, Ducky versus... Yeah, absolutely.
So far, we've seen Ducky just struggle against Wlfy for now. As Wlfy has that first blood, he has the assist money, so he's able to stay a lot more confident in these fights. He's got the XP advantage from getting all the extra wave farm here, 2 levels at that here, and was really able to abuse that early wave and a lack of clear from, unfortunately his counterpart being dead. So, all in all, it would be a rough fight at the blue buff if Athena hadn't been there.
Yeah. So right now, Pikachu, he's making his presence known, he's roaming around the map, but a concerted effort by VWS, forces him out. FleuryQ charging Sonic Boom, he's going to be looking for something potentially. It's going to be hard to go for Scylla, Thor, and a Khepri. That's the problem that VWS is facing. The enemy comp is just so evasive on a drop of a hat, or tanky enough, with Resurrection and the Rising Door, that it's really hard to just go for ready, set, go engagements. You have to be less you play well, it's more the enemy missteps.
And really relying on missteps is not the kind of position you want to have to be in here, is now VWS, they're trying to find what they can. As long as they can keep farming, they've got the Mercury to rely on and fall back on here, even though they are behind currently. Gold lead still sits at a 1k differential here as Ambuladon is channeled. Up in the air he goes, crashes 1 to 2. FleuryQ and JacobHL caught out quite a bit here, but JacobHL, he's wandering his way through the tornadoes here. He will finally fall to Pikachu, despite having the protection of a tornado here. Is now, we will see FleuryQ dash on through, cutting Pikachu off with that shot right there, but Pikachu, he's got the evasiveness. He's got to get flipped around by Ducky right there, but Ducky can't get lucky enough to find this one here. Wlfy and Pikachu out the backside here as Abduct connects from BigManTingz, drops the roof, cutting everybody off in this fight as the health bars from Dcypher are incredibly low right now, but BWS cannot afford to push on through for the rest of this fight here. A quick kill goes the way of Dcypher here.
Yeah, Bushyyy was able to rotate, unfortunately, a bit too slowly. So he wasn't able to benefit too much from that fight. He was able to pick up a little bit of farm there. He is above Zigox purely because he's been able to sit there and just farm up constantly, although it looks like he is going to be aggressed on a little bit. He just disapparates his way away. No harm, no foul. And now VWS are going to be setting their sights at least at an attempt the Wlfy. They may get this if they're a bit careful in terms of ults. And it looks like VWS will grab it.
Yeah, they've got the first image for it, and Dcypher not able to arrive in time here. Wlfy arrives late to the party here, a little bit caught out, taunted back in, but no follow-up just yet, and Darzer able to dissuade with the I'm a Monster here, not going to connect though, and now Ducky, he wants some blood here, going to go on Darzer, but Darzer safe and sound for now here. Abduct once again connects here as the rain of fire begins with Soul not quite finding the targets that he wants there. Bushyyy going to have to back away from this one as Dcypher lose to Gold Fury, evening things out for VWS right here. 600 gold separates these two teams right here. 2-1 is the kill count here at 8 minutes 30 seconds in. Things still sitting
They're
even.
picking out
Pikachu, he wants
know about
more.
him.
He's going up. Zigox is well aware. He backs off in time. The dive, not going to land for Pikachu right there. As
Mercury
FleuryQ dives on through the line. He finishes off Darzer, and now things are dire for Dcypher. They've got to be on the run here. BigManTingz ults himself here as FleuryQ dueling with Wlfy. We see the dragon fly across here, hitting nobody. But VWS have pushed away Dcypher from their tower. They still might want more. Ducky playing a forward, aggressive game right now. But he's going to call it back off here as VWS made their move, made their mark, and sent their message.
Yeah, Dcypher, unfortunately, Pikachu couldn't really do anything too risky in the backline there. He was lucky that he did evade the Serpent of the Nine Winds. I guess you could say the attack was ineffective. But because Khepri Ultimate was down, Pikachu wasn't able to go, right, Ultimate is down, hammer time! Because, he didn't have that free out. There's no executes in this, so it's guaranteed that he's able to be resurrected, and BigManTingz would have been able to maybe res, but because Ducky was piling on the pressure on Big Man, he was forced to ult himself, keep himself alive. Because, even without ult, Khepri still has a few tools in his arsenal to help. One of the big things is that Rising Dawn. 40% damage reduction and 25% physical protection reduction is no laughing matter. That is huge for an ability.
It's a huge tool right there, and it's been used effectively so far here. 2-2 is the kill count at 10 minutes in. Both teams playing very mindful of each other here. A very careful game. VWS, they want to close the series out, and Dcypher,
solo lane.
They're holding on to it here. The solo lane fight is where the point of contention is, and really, they both have enough ways to disengage here that I don't quite think it's going to go anywhere. Wlfy makes his way back under tower, and Ducky running a bit low on mana here. But Mercury, he's set up for it. I don't think he's going to go for it just yet. He's holding it. He's just going to back off instead here.
Mid lane, it looks like Jacob will go for the taunt, but he gets caught inside the tornado without anyone nearby, so Wlfy unfortunately won't get too much damage off of that. And now, in comes the guy from Cupid.
This is the real thing.
Monster can be deployed during cripple, so he's going to be able to just sort of snake his way on out of there, no problem. But BWS have so many ways to engage from long range. Dcypher are playing very cautiously. Yet you saw over in the duo, the pings came off, and Bushy was forced to sit near tower and to separate, and he couldn't rotate, because Mercury was essentially marking him.
The same thing goes for both sides here. Both Dcypher and VWS have ways to avoid fights here. VWS, they've got a lot of zone control here. You have to play mindful of the Athena, especially with the Cuckoo ultimate nearby and available here. FleuryQ, we've seen him set up fights fairly easily before, but the disengage just comes on through from Dcypher here. Neither side wants to fully give anything here, and they've always got a lot of ways away from each other. So instead, we're going to see a lot more objective-minded play from these teams, I feel. We're going to see a lot of war control come out here, and somebody is trying to take these advantages here. This is going to be a game of lane control so far, most likely.
Yeah, no towers are pushed down quite yet. No shenanigans in the solo lane in terms of towers being pushed because, both champions in there are tanky enough to where they can avoid getting pushed out too quickly, although JustLofes is doing good damage to Ducky. He has a slight level advantage of 1 level here, and meanwhile, over in the mid lane, there isn't anything too dramatic because the amount of jungle presence from both sides, and BigManTingz is rotating so much, it's forcing out Jacob to rotate as well, which is just forcing Zigox and Bushy to sit there and farm against each other, and a Soul against a Cupid, Soul's going to win that fight every time, as long as it's played correctly.
Especially with the fact that Zigox is going to struggle a bit to clear out this wave. Bushy able to get very, very aggressive, especially with BigManTingz waiting on the wings here. But Zigox doing a solid job of dodging the damage here. He's got enough lifesteal to sustain himself as long as he can dodge out the boxes here. So, all in all, they're willing to play the box game against each other. They're willing to play the farm game. Both teams are going to scale up into these massive late game combos here. So instead of really just trying to find any kind of pushes here, right now both teams opting instead to farm up. Let Cuckoo get to this big point where he deals massive tornado damage. We've all seen those massive chunks of health just get taken away by tornadoes. We've all experienced it in the past here. And also, let Cupid get to the point where he can find that massive AoE as well. But at the same time, Dcypher Esports will be no slouches on their end either. But FleuryQ, I feel, will be the big deciding factor of this game when it comes to the late game carry.
Yeah, so 1 Gold Fury down right now in favor of VWS. They're going to be looking for at least a semi-attempt at the second. Pikachu is around. They do have wards. Yeah.
Unless, both sides are playing enough of a good vision game here that it's going to be difficult to actually find a way to fully root out the other one here. Any attempts on the gold tree at this point, unless somebody finds a miracle moment here with vision control, and actually Zigox might be that miracle moment here, but he's taunted away. Pikachu gonna be taken out by JacobHL. He's surviving for now, and he will be pulled away from the kill. There we go, VWS saving their teammates' lives here, but the pushback is good for Dcypher here. VWS now away from the Gold Fury like Dcypher want to. They're trying to pull VWS into a fight here, and they're gonna find Ducky here. Crush goes down. Zigox absolutely obliterated. He gets the Fields of Love off in time here, but Darzer already taking them out one by one. I'm a Monster Ace channel. Damage connects here, but a 3-man catch from FleuryQ isn't gonna be enough here. It's far too late here. Wlfy tears down the wall of VWS right there, and Dcypher Esports going to take a massive fight around the Gold Fury here. The bait works out in spades, and now FleuryQ is on the run. He's got to play this one safe, but Bushy dealing way too much damage. He's just going to have to run away completely. Gold Fury guaranteed for Dcypher here, and the bait's going to win out in the end.
Yeah, Mercury very good at running. He's going to get out safely. Oh, they accidentally leashed the Fury for a second there. Yeah, Dcypher is going to get that though. I was scared they were going to leash that for a bit too long. That would have sucked.
Yeah, it would have been a very big moment of peaking Gold Fury and Bance right there, Verbal, but all in all, the prize is taken.
I feel like there's been less... I feel like there's almost been, less bants today, to be honest.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna be honest here.
Everybody's here to play.
But
no time for bans. It's all about the
Also,
right?
Let's be honest. We are less banter than, shout out to Hindu and Jaiden. Those are the masters of bants. Those two are kings of bants.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Although EU challenges, the players are fairly banty, but they're concentrating on winning it to the finals.
Everybody's here to play today, and all in all, I gotta say, Dcypher Esports has made an incredible moment right there. Getting a pretty great separation there. They had Wlfy pushing off to the side in that mid lane, so they have control here. He procs it away from it, making sure the minions are doing the damage here. The minions, at this point in time, considering his build, will be the heavy damage dealers towards that tower right there. So he cleared out that wave, got the farm, and just let the minions do the work there. Still got the tower, they got the gold Fury as well, so that was a lot of gold going into the pockets of Dcypher Esports right there.
Yeah, Wlfy took a little bit of poke there. He was abducted, but nothing really too traumatic going to happen there. Athena did also, but meanwhile, Pikachu and Ducky are going to be squaring off around this mid-cap, which is about to spawn. If you're happy to know it, clap your hands, says FleuryQ. At least he's going to be thinking about the Sonic Boom. JustLofes is going to take a little bit. Right now, both teams just kind of skirmishing. There's no real hard engage.
It was set up right there. These jungle corridors are where VWS might want to find these big game-changing fights here, but for now, it's mostly just a skirmish game once again here. 16 minutes in, kills only 8 this time around here, as things reset once again towards a calm position here. I feel it's going to be the word game coming out in Thor right here, but Dcypher looking to break these lines here. Abduct going to be good, but it's mostly going to force Zigox away. The tower is a guaranteed thing for Bushy here.
Pikachu taking a lot of damage from the Hurricane. Is he going to go down? No, he's alive with exactly 38 health. Nope. FleuryQ literally punches him in the face with a major look. He's going to go down. That's going to be a nice pickup, because with Pikachu down, that's going to give VWS a little bit more room to breathe in these corridors. Like you said, these narrow corridors, they shine. They've got things like Sonic Boom and, of course, the Kukulkan and BigManTingz with a nice pull, immediate follow-up by Darzer with a full Scylla combination, but Jacob is extremely tanky right now. He has Hide the Urchin stacking, and has 1 stack on it, so, he's going to be a little harder to take down.
He's going to be incredibly tough to take down, especially with all the defenses he has, like you said. JacobHL is going to be massively tanky, even though he's a little bit, well, actually even with his counterpart right now, despite all that going on. JacobHL and actually the rest of VWS farming quite nicely, despite the gold deficit here. And, well, even then, the XP deficit here. It's about 4k right now, almost 5k when it comes to XP. Realistically, what are we going to be looking for velocity as the major win conditions here out of both teams? As the game, different enough here, but still evenish.
Yeah, both of these teams, they've got a good feel for each other at this point. And they know, VWS, they have the momentum, they have the room to where they can play safe. Actually, no, look like Pikachu going to get caught out again. That kind of positioning isn't going to help. They had the ward coverage, but unfortunately, the raw CC that VWS can provide at a moment's notice, Pikachu wasn't able to overcome, even with burning a tier 2 beads. But win condition for VWS. Just look for these picks and slowly advance by war of attrition. Dcypher, on the other hand, they're going to want to look for, the spontaneous, blockbuster deicides and then push. They have the comp to where they can be very, very greedy if they want to. Speaking of which, Wlfy looking for Wlfy. He doesn't get the stun, but in comes the cavalry. Just going to buy him some time. The Scylla roll is there. Scylla's going to... Darzer, going to wait to use it until after the damage mitigation is down, but it doesn't matter. Wlfy takes the kill anyway, and now the cavalry has arrived.
Yeah, Zigox arriving here, but the retreat is good from Dcypher. Ducky on the hunt, spin going down. No escape for Darzer, he's tossed back. He gets the Khepri ult though, he's trying to walk forward and die a little bit here. Will get saved by BigManTingz, abducting him away to safety there. Wlfy on the hunt here, stuck at the very edge from Pikachu onto Ducky right there. Crushes coming out left, right, and center here, as now JacobHL gonna split up from Ducky here, but Bushy on the other side, flipped around by Ducky though. So, nothing quite caught this yet. Root will land on Ducky, but he will flip his way out to safety. So, all in all, Dcypher not quite gonna find what they want here. VWS though, down a member and getting shoved in incredibly hard by Dcypher. So even though they didn't get the kill, they're still getting enough. Ducky locked down. Ducky taken down by the Bushy right there. And the first tier 2 tower goes their way.
Although, speaking of sieging, Dcypher did a pretty good job overall. They've taken the first tower of the game before. It was the tier 1 in duo. The tier 1 in solo is, it is like 1 or 2 bricks and maybe some good wishes holding that thing up right now. Although FleuryQ charging up the Sonic Boom, he's looking to look for someone, and he will get it. Darzer very low here. In comes the Kukulkan. It's going to age. Beautiful timing there. Let's see if they can finish him off.
Yeah, they can't quite finish it yet. It's now FleuryQ, the one on the receiving end of a finisher right there. We see the rest of the crew arriving in time, but, well, in time isn't just enough right now here. There's a 4-man engage here from Dcypher right now. They want their shots here, but their health bar getting lower by the second, and BigManTingz, he's out of mana. They can't quite afford to keep fighting against this gold tree, and though VWS mid-sacrifice here, they're going to preserve the gold tree for now. But Wlfy, he still wants some action here. He still wants blood. JacobHL instead finds the taunt. Wlfy, though, has the Ox to get away from this one and going to simply bull rush his way through to safety.
So I like the fact that Dcypher, they tried to go for it, they didn't find it, and they backed off. They played smart. I like that. BWS right now, they have enough AoE in these narrow jungle corridors as to where they can be a big threat. Wlfy got out because he wasn't slowed down by anything too drastic. He wasn't caught by the hurricane either, so he didn't take too big damage off that, but, 1 pixel to the left or right, and that could be the end of that, although solo, the Winions almost pushed down the VWS tower. How much health is that?
I don't think they really care at this point about the tower. It's pretty much dead to rights here. It's free miniways funneling into Dcypher Esports, just don't really pay much mind to it. It's one of those things you can just knock it down, or let it get knocked down on its own at this point. FleuryQ going to take the farm there while it's available, but it's not too much of a concern here, charging up his collapse here. But at the end of the day, I don't really foresee any major engagement until the next thing happens. But BigManTingz ready to show me up right there, finds JacobHL, but realistically at this point, there's no real follow-up available from either side. Mostly just a game of CC and disengage from the other side.
Yeah, and both sides have a lot of that up their sleeves. Both teams are extremely mobile, and both teams have good defenses. A bit Dcypher have that ace in the hole of the revive, and especially with like a Sol on your team, the fact that Sol Khepri got through bans is very surprising. We did see Hell and Aphrodite get banned out earlier on. That is pretty big in terms of effectiveness. Although it looks like the re-engage has begun. Let's see how they do.
Yeah, no re-engage here, just pure brawl right around the gold Fury's pit right here. Well, a dunk coming through from Pikachu, only hitting 1, but FleuryQ is more than enough. They're absolutely taking out the main carry here. Darzer gonna get sniped across the board from Wlfy, but it may not be enough here, as the rest of the team will collapse. JacobHL gets away, but not to save to the rest of the action here. Pikachu burning out quickly though. JacobHL, he's trying to stay alive, but Ducky finally finds the Pikachu. Another kill as Wlfy takes down Ducky right there. They're on the run on the side of VWS here. Dcypher firing off all kinds of runaway shots, but Wlfy, he's got to run fast. Almost gets away. He does not get rooted though. He'll get to safety, but at what cost? A Phoenix exposed. There's minions beating on BigManTingz, so he's got to get to safety here. But here comes the wave and the cavalry. However, the rest of Dcypher need to back off here. VWS not letting a Phoenix go down for free right here, but the damage has been done. Only ever so slightly though.
Yeah, towers are down, that's good. They have more positioning, that's more gold in the bank. If we look at the graphs, we can see, 6.1k XP, 5.7k gold in favor of Dcypher. Dcypher really have pushed things back incredibly well in their favor, and this is exactly what they need, considering, they have no room for error. If they lose, they go.
Yeah, Wlfy now in trouble here, but a double taunt out of the top here. JacobHL keeping his teammate safe. Well, Bushy, he's in a ton of trouble there. Zigox going to obliterate his health bar there, but the rest of Dcypher coming in strong here. Over from the top comes the Pikachu, an Ampledon doing wonders, but not enough. Once again here, BWS escaping on fumes all across the board. Ducky, the only one alongside FleuryQ to make it insane, but a huge snipe comes on through. Darzer once again getting absolutely mastered at the backside here. Pikachu, he's gonna burn out quick, getting ripped to shreds with tornadoes. Wlfy doing work despite FleuryQ once is in, and he's found it here. Zigox bringing in a cheating Athena right there. JacobHL, no fair. You're bringing Athena to a gunfight here. JustLofes not letting her fight. The health bars are so low. Do they have their blue suede shoes? Is the question. Wlfy burning down slowly. He will die in the end of BigManTingz here. It's a dot kill, and now Zigox, he's got to run. But we'll see Lopez saved by the bell of Khepri right there. Now it's the fight of the tanks here as Ducky and JacobHL. They keep people locked down for now. Zigox actually might make his way back into the fight in time here. But for now, everything will break apart here as Dcypher find the kill but lose several in return here.
Yeah. They lose, it's 2-for-1 trade in favor of VWS. VWS, they're doing a very good job in these fights of splitting up Dcypher. They have enough AoE to where they could physically force people away, and you saw, Darzer was in that fight laying crushes out. Then, as soon as Duxie had the chance, he just charged down the Scylla and just started whacking away at Dax. I mean, Scylla has good ways of getting away,
this is risky.
But there's only so much.
This is so risky,
Fire
and it's
Giant,
working. They don't know what's happening on the side of Dcypher. There's no vision of the Fire Giant right now. They think it's early. In VWS, they get it. They sneak away the Fire Giant while Dcypher are on the wrong side of the map here. VWS, actually, with that stat buff, are now even in this game here.
Yeah,
that
now
was
VWS,
risky and it worked
they
so
can siege.
wonderfully.
Yeah, extremely risky. They can siege now. They have the Mercury. They also have Cupid. If they wanted to, they could do 1-3-1, and then just go, okay, one person go left, one person go right, the rest of us go down middle, we have the structure buff, let's just start punching things. Literally in Mercury's case. And it would be
they have a lot of power
they could
pressure
do
here.
it.
Especially with Mercury, they have a ton of tower pressure right now, so Dcypher Esports, despite this, we might see a bit of a base race actually break out here as both teams on the opposite side of the map here. Dcypher, they've got to make the call soon enough. Do they race it or do they go to fight? As VWS, they're just going to start pushing things down and evening up the score here. We'll see them all from their blue buff on the side of Dcypher here. They're finally backing off, but they're going to end up losing a tier 1, maybe a tier 2 to follow before they can fully respond in time here. Dcypher now seeing the TPs come on through, but you may not want to be here. Lopez gonna get caught out here. He's gonna teleport right into the disaster zone here, but the rest of the cavalry arrives. JacobHL rooted down, getting the heal up here. We'll see Darzer fire off him on here, no kill, but they will finally secure as BigManTingz takes down JacobHL. A dunk from Pikachu lands nowhere fast as pulled in is Darzer safely, but FleuryQ right around the corner doing so much damage right now. A 1-2 punch takes Pikachu incredibly low right here. Ducky in deep here. He's gonna just give his life if he needs to, but no, he flips his way to safety. BigManTingz not letting this one go without a fight here. Ducky, he's still healing up though. He's staying alive. He's might going to burn out though, but no, he's still alive. He makes it off the backside. Zigox going to be another kill into BigManTingz right there, and Ducky gets out alive after that one. Now, only 6k gold separates these two teams here. VWS making the slow but steady comeback here.
What are you doing?
Lopez on the hunt here. He
doing?
might be going a bit deep, but he's got the backup here, and they can't quite turn around on VWS without risking giving up way too much here. And Lopez, he's keeping them locked down. They might want to go for the dive, but it's going to be so tough here. Lopez going in deep with the bird. He's in the middle, but here comes Athena. Lopez, though, does have the cloud of safety. Pikachu right around the corner, though, but they've got every option covered. Lopez needs to stand and fight, but you can't fight fate. You can't fight death here. Lopez will burn away, but Ducky around the corner here, blocked out by the Pikachu. He's got no way in and no way out. Lopez surviving for now, will make the escape, and Pikachu throws the bait out. He's got the hammer, it teleports away to safety, and a series of team play will keep Dcypher's members safe for now.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go Google the thesaurus for other words for greed right there. I need another word to describe what Lopez just did.
He had the ultimate there to get himself out.
True.
He had a lot of ways,
was incredibly
and he
dangerous.
relied on his teammates there. It was so dangerous, and it's one of those things you don't really expect to work out there, but the Great Escape works out in the end as Pikachu had his back right there. So Dcypher Esports still showing plenty of stunning displays of teamwork right here. Fire Giant doesn't have too much longer here, so VWS's big advantage will be running out here soon, but they've shown they know how to scrap and team fight here. So Dcypher Esports going to be paying mind and homage to that right here as Ducky staying in deep here. They need to play it safe. They stun out HL and Ducky for now, but there's a FleuryQ waiting in the wings, so they can't really afford to fight this one out. But for now, Dcypher, they've got to get vision control back in some way, or else they risk that happening again, and they risk getting picked off in the way that VWS wants here. As VWS want to get the picks here. They want Dcypher to be wrong place, wrong time, and they want to lock on a vision here. Right now, Dcypher is dancing to VWS' tune because they've got no other option here. And once the Fire Giant wears off, they gotta find some way to stop making that happen here. Fight might break out, now the Fire Giant is wearing down here. Wlfy in deep, trying to get the spins going as Thor up in the air will look to the Ambles of Dawn to crash somewhere. He finds 3, and here comes the follow-up here, but the rest of the team of VWS already making the escape. Zigox though getting locked down. Zigox going to burn out right, but Ducky in the backside takes out TheBushyyy here. Everybody juking left and right here. Darzer waiting. Darzer claiming right there. That's one, but he may not find another. He actually finds JacobHL with the damage. He's not going to find the kill though until he finds the crush. The double kill for Darzer here as FleuryQ. He's singled out and he's locked down. A triple for Darzer right there as FleuryQ will fall right outside the Phoenix here. Ducky, the only one standing, but the Phoenix may not be long for this world.
So, those losses earlier on have lit a fire under the collective backsides of Dcypher. They have been running riot this game. Look at the golden XP. That's just been going up in their favor ever since 40 minutes.
Even when Fire Giant was taken, they were still in the lead here. Fire Giant was the thing that was keeping VWS in the action here, and now that it's run out, well, the Cinderella story has hit midnight here, well, at least for this game here, and now VWS back to being the team behind here. They've still got good shots this year, and this could still have the ending they want, but right now, Dcypher Esports doing everything in their power to make sure that does not happen.
Yeah. They get the Phoenix, that is a huge bonus for them. Fire Giant just came up, which means that they're going to have to spend time, essentially babysitting that wave to make sure that the Titan doesn't start taking damage. One wave of fire minions can take out a Titan, so you have to be wary of that. That is potential lethal if you don't maintain it, and having to maintain that stops you from all 5 of you at the drop of a hat going to Fire Giant. Both of these teams, you can see, they're around this right side jungle. Both of these teams want to fight around Fire Giant.
On the right side,
looks like they're about to.
VWS, though, they've got Cuckoo, so they've got the free wave clear here. Now Dcypher Esports going to try to force the hand of VWS, doing exactly what they need. They know that VWS will need to respond to this, and they've also got to keep an eye on the mid lane here. Luckily for them, like I said, they've got the Cuckoo, and they've got ways to respond fairly quickly here. Wlfy locked out incredibly hard, gets taken down to half HP right there from quite a chunk of damage right there. But Dcypher still get him out alive, and he's going to be safe and sound for now. Ducky got plenty of ways to escape the roots here. It's going to be a very deadly dance, and well, when it ends, it's going to end incredibly violently here. As Pikachu actually caught up by FleuryQ with the Sonic Boom here. Pikachu might get taken out of this fight early here, but he's going to be safe and sound for now. He's still got the Anvil of the Dawn to get back into the fight, so he's just going to back off and rejoin as quickly as he can. Now VWS need to press the advantage here, knowing that Thor will rejoin, but they can't quite find it as Dcypher playing safe, dodging about, but still staying in position to respond if a Fire Giant gets started here, and that's exactly what they need to do. They're going to wait this one out, but the pull is good here as Mercury gets a special delivery. Wlfy, though, inside the tornado. The ultimate going to hit nobody there, as now the Emblem Dawn is good. Not going to find anyone, though, as JacobHL, the only person even slightly stunned out here, but FleuryQ, he's locked in a corner. He's going to get completely brutalized with the Pikachu, and now the tables have turned. The shoe is on the other foot here. Wlfy, though, and the Pikachu getting locked out of the taunt here. They'll burn out fast. Got those taken down. Wlfy, though, and finally ends. Zigox going to fall to the Bushy before they can get the kill here as Ducky goes on a killing spree, picking off Wlfy in the back. They're trying to come in through for the flank here, and Aegis onto Darzer's I'm a Monster here is going to save Wlfy's life for now, but not long enough. They've got no Cuckoo ultimate, so they've got no way to lock down, take advantage of these corridors here. JacobHL going to fall in the end here, and now Ducky on the run. Dcypher Esports, they've got a good shot taking this down. The death timers are so long. They can pull this game back for a game 4. All they have to do is go for the win and make things happen here. They are 4 strong. The mana is good on everyone but the Pikachu here, but they've got the damage where it counts, and they're gonna go for it here. Bushy starts up his assault. The crush is set. Ducky, can you be the hero your team needs? I'm not sure. His BigManTingz has got the CC locked down. Pikachu is trying to stay alive here, but Ducky's doing so much damage. He's buying time. He's going to pay with his life here for the deicide, and then There's just too much
Mercury.
time to take it. FleuryQ in the action. The Titan getting lower and lower. They're buying time, but Darzer with the crush will crush the hopes of a comeback from VWS. Into Dcypher, they begin the road. Game 3 goes their way. We're going to a Game 5, and we've got a series on our hands.
I think we might have some. Production difficulties. I think we're actually playing a VOD of yesterday.
I apologize.
I'm
reading some script. I'm ahead of you guys.
I am getting some crazy deja vu here.
Oh yeah, this is how it starts.
Dcypher, 2 games. Yeah, exactly the same thing. You know, Neil M were 2 games down, then do the 3-0 reverse sweep. Is that going to be theme? Is that going to be the theme of Challengers Finals?
It's going to be tough here. It's the semifinal game. It's going to be a tough road if they want to pull off this reverse sweep, and they've got to have the mentality. But VWS, they've had their momentum stopped by this, and well, Dcypher, they've picked something up here. They've shown they're not down and out yet. They've showed they still got the mentality to stand strong here. Can they pull off a victory in Game 4 and then Game 5? I'm not sure. But we have to see if they can keep trying here. And picking up a Game 3 win to stop the momentum is definitely one of the better ways to start things off here. But we got to go to a short break screen as we get ready to bring you guys the 4th game of this series here. We'll be right back with Smite Games Challenger Cup brought to you by Tier Monster and hi-rez Studios. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a bit.